Okay, we're back for lesson 3. This one's going to be, we're going to call it advanced blues, because I'm just going to throw in a couple of, I guess they're sort of advanced concepts that will help you make your blues playing a little more interesting. Some endings and some, I guess we'll call them seven chords to add in with your 6 chords that we're already using. So just to kind of review, we've got 3 major chord positions. We've got what we call the stair step. That would be stair step G. We've got the bar position. This would be a bar C, where we're just putting our finger across all 3 strings. And we've got a what I call zigzag, where your root is on the highest string, and you're just going to zigzag your way up. So we'll play a D, 3rd fret on the high string, and remember we're tuned D, G, B to a complete major chord, and then 2nd fret on the middle string, and then 4th fret on the low string, and there's a D. This is called the zigzag position, and all these are movable. You can make all these go all over the neck. So the stair step position, G, A, B, C, D, and also there's an open one here. That's an E. That's the lowest one you have, E. Okay, then on the bar position, you've got G, right? A, B, C, and so on. And then going open, the lowest zigzag is C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So all those are usable. Now, to make that into blues, we can replace the 5 note in whichever position we're in with the 6 note in the scale, and that gives us a minor chord, the relative minor of whatever chord that is, but we'll just call it a 6 chord because a 6 chord is the same thing as the relative minor of that. So again, music theory, don't need to worry about it. Just remember, 6 chord makes blues. Okay, so in the stair step position, we're bass. For a G, we're like this. So the 5, it's a 1, 3, 5. The root is on the bass string. 5 is here, so the 6 is going to be a whole step higher. So we're 3rd fret to the 5th fret. So what you'll do is you'll add that in a kind of bluesy way. You've heard that. Something like that. Now, on the bar, what's going to happen is you're going to find your 5th is in the bass. So it's 1, 3, 5. So that means that you're going to have a 6, a whole step up on the bass string. So you're going to use your ring finger like this. So to do the C, so to go to G, you do from the stair step to the C. Back to the G. Sorry, I'm just messing around with you. And then you go up to the D, bar the D. Well, let's make the D on as a zigzag, so we can show you where that works. So here's your 5 out of your 1, 4, 5. A G, 1, C chord is 4, and your 5 is a D. But let's make our D here, zigzag. And so in a zigzag, your 1 is here, your 3 is in the bass, and your 5 is in the middle. So your 6 is going to be right there in the middle position. You're going to play it with your pinky, so it'll go. Alright, then to the C. Stair step G. Now, there's your little turnaround. Okay, so that more or less summarizes where we are. To go advanced, we're going to introduce another chord. Besides that 6 chord, we're going to go another half step higher than that to, I guess it's a flat 7, to make a 7 chord, which I mentioned as an ending chord in the song on lesson 2. I also encourage you to go back to the previous lessons so that you know what we're talking about if you find any of this confusing. But for now, I'm going to show you how that sounds when you use it to sort of accent or you can mix it in kind of just where it sounds right, or you can do a whole progression using it. So we're going to do a whole progression using 6s and 7s kind of alternating back and forth. Magic pinky, right? So here's how it would sound. So we're going to do that same G, C, D, but now we're going to mix in the 6s and 7s. So let's see how it would sound. you notice I kind of just put it in there kind of indiscriminately. Just kind of, you can mix it up. It doesn't have to follow a certain pattern. You can throw that 7 in there anytime. You can play the whole thing straight with all 6s, and then just throw that 7 in there every now and again just to kind of make it get that little extra to it. Sorry about a couple mistakes in there. Whoa. So, good stuff. So again, you can do that fast. That's rock and roll. It's starting to sound a little Chuck Berry-ish, right? So where we go with that, and you can do anything you want. The thing you got to remember is that your 6 is a whole step up from wherever your 5 is, and then your 7 is another half from there. So, so again, from the stair step position, it's going to look. From the bar position, it's going to be, you go use your ring and pinky. Or you could just use your ring for both. Unless that's too much of a stretch. And then you use your pinky again, back and forth. Alright, now we're going to do some endings. And we're going to do, our first ending is going to be based off of that, what I just did right there, that little turnaround. Do, do, do. So, classic blues ending is going to take that in reverse and then end back on that 5. So it'll sound something like this, and I'll explain to you what we're doing. So, alright, so what I did there was, after doing that turnaround, from the C to the blue note, which is between the 4 and the 5, sharp 4, flat 5. Then I just chromatically, which is 1 fret at a time, went back from the D all the way back to the whatever that is, the 3rd note, or the minor 3rd. So it goes, sounds like this. So you just go do 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 do, but then do, stop on that, and then you go back up 1. Skip the 4 note and do the blue note and the 5. So it goes do 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 do. So it's boom boom boom. Skip the 4 on the way back down, or way back. Okay, and then when you arrive at the 5, So you. Then you can end it back on the 1. Throw in that 7 chord to make it sound cool. Now you could just end it on the regular, like that, if you want. So, you could do it like that, that's fine. But I would rather do it 7 chord. It kind of just sounds cool. But again, just a little variety. Either way is fine. You can also do that single note, right? The root notes in those bar chords are in the middle, so that's a single note. Do it if you want. And again, wherever the root is, you can do that anywhere. That could have been C. Well, no. Let's do this. Let's do another one. This is one I used at the end of Terraplane Rock, and it goes like this. In Terraplane Rock, I did it from B, but now we're going to do it from G. And the way it goes is basically it's a little single note dealy. You're just going to go from G, boom, so it's 5th fret, low string, 4th fret, middle string, and then you're just going to go 4 frets right in a row. Boom, 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 boom. And the way you play it makes all the difference. If you don't play this with the right cadence, it's going to sound goofy. Boom, 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 boom. Now you're at 5th fret, 6th fret, 7th, which is a G right there. So you're going to end it on a G. Boom, 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 boom. And then you can either play that G chord with the 7, and then go with the lower one, or whatever. You can end it right, boom, boom. So you can end that with a 5 if you want, or just the regular chord. Alright, or I mean a 7, not a 5. Okay, so those are some endings that are fun. Now we're going to talk about progressions. In the past we've done kind of 1, 4, 1, 5, 4, 1, right? We played over the B, then over the 4, which was an A, back to the B, and then to the 5, to the 4, back to the 1. And then you're done. But you don't have to do it like that. In fact, for songs, it's very common to do something a little more 1, 1, 4, 1, and then 5, 4, 1. So you'd play a line over the 1, play a line over the 1 again, a line over the 4, a line over the 1, a line over the 5, a line that goes from 5, 4 to 1, all in one line. And here's a little song I made up that kind of does that, but it puts some stops in there. And it actually skips the 4 in the chorus. So here's how it would sound. I'll just play one verse of it. It's a song about the 3 pigs. Alright, so over the 1 we're going to go, 3 little pigs had a swinging band, the big bad wolf wanted to lend a hand, so he played his horn to the smoking sound, but it sounded so bad the club blew down. So if you really want to swing, don't forget this rule, you gotta get hot if you want to be cool. Alright, so that's just that. So what was done there was I sang 2 lines over the 1. I said, 3 little pigs had a swinging band, and this is an A, by the way. Then another line over 1. Big bad wolf wanted to lend a hand. Now to the 4. Played his horn to the smoking sound, but now back to the 1 and stop. Sounded so bad the club blew down. Then to the 5. Really wanna swing, don't forget this rule. Back to the 1. Okay, so before we were rudely interrupted, we went 2 lines over the 1. 3 little pigs had a swinging band. Second line, big bad wolf wanted to lend a hand. Then to the 4. Played his horn to the smoking sound. And then stop on the 1. Sounded so bad the club blew down. And then went to the 5. So if you really want to swing, don't forget this rule. And then stop on the 1 again. Gotta get hot if you want to be cool. And I just do a little fill in there. And I start over. That wasn't what I really played. Don't worry. And so that's how that went. It went, played a line over the 1, played a line over the 4, stopped on the 1 and said something, went to the 5, and then stopped on the 1 again and said something with no music behind. Kind of rock and roll-y thing to do, honestly. But it's also kind of bluesy. You can do whatever you want. So that's just an example of another way. And when you play blues, you know, what you'll find is with the 1, 4, 5, a lot of things have already been done. So your job is going to be to find new things to do with it. And I took that on as a challenge years ago, and I started making up songs. Like, hey, what can I do that's different with this? And see, not easy. But on the other hand, you may want to just go through some cliche stuff just to, you know, say, hey, I've done that, and then I'm going to go on from there. So that's just some free advice on getting started in the blues and making things up for yourself. You know, you don't want to sit there playing other people's songs all day. Everybody can play other people's songs. Make up your own songs. It's pretty easy once you know how they go together. And then try to see what you can do that's original and new and fun. And that's about it for now. I think the only thing really left to do with the blues is show you some scales and how to, some little licks. And so you can add in, whether you can play your own solos or just want to accompany other people, it's all good.